It doesn't matter what kind of RV you have. Camper, travel trailer, motorhome, we all have something in common. We all dislike dumping our RV tanks. What's even worse? Having a broken sewer valve. So come with us as we replace, yes, you guessed it, our sewer valves. And this time we won't be saying, now go out and enjoy your RV. Okay, we are replacing the two sewer pieces here on our motorhome. This one seems to be the one that's really stuck. This one seems to be okay, but these are over 25 years old, so they definitely need to be done. The idea here is we're first going to pull this one here, then that will give us more room because this just should slide out. And we've got our gloves. We have the replacement pieces. The other interesting thing is this new cover we have actually has 4 pieces. The other ones that we've had and ones I've seen before only have 2. So this is really going to help our situation too, just to make sure that everything is secure while driving. We decided on Volterra brand valves, and we also chose the ones that actually have the aluminum piece on here rather than the plastic. And then these pieces actually just go in between when you put it in, and so on and so forth. So that will go here, that will go there, and then of course the doors. I'm one-handing it here, but when you pull, then that's how that works. So it's a pretty simple setup, and these things have been around for years and years, and not very expensive. This whole thing, including this, was maybe $16. So it's just a matter of getting in there. What we're going to do so that we don't drop anything on the road here is we're going to take a cooler, and then what we're going to do is we're going to take a garbage bag, put that inside the cooler so any debris that falls in will then fall into the garbage bag, and that way it will keep the cooler clean and tidy. So that's kind of the trick that we're going to use to make this switch. So now the cooler is being placed underneath so that if there's any debris, it will just fall directly in. And of course we don't want to forget our gloves. And so we usually keep gloves actually in this compartment in the motorhome. This compartment is funny. I don't even know why they had the door here, but it's access really to all the piping, and so there really wasn't anything else to use this for, so we just ended up putting our gloves in here, so when we do dump, I have a place for the gloves. If you have something similar to that, that's something you might want to consider having or putting your gloves in there, because that really comes in handy. So the part that is always going to be time consuming in an operation like this is actually removing the bolts. It's such a difficult location, so it might even be easier just to use a wrench. Is that what you're finding, Andrew?
Yeah.
Now we had cleaned out these tanks prior, but you're always going to get a little excess, which we're prepared for. Okay, we were able to get the smaller valve off, and you can tell that the smaller valve hasn't been removed since 1994 when this was built, because you can still see the undercoating that was sprayed on the motorhome is on this unit. So at least we've got this one, and now we're trying to work off the next one. All right, so we've removed this piece here finally from underneath, and now we're going to watch as we pull this off. Go ahead. And there we go. So that would be your black water, what's left of the black water.
Well, that wasn't that bad.
And actually we were expecting it to be a lot more, and it is not. It's actually pretty clean considering everything.
It is.
And then there is the valve. So now we're going to try to do the reverse and put things back.
Hey, found your problem.
Yeah.
The rubber gasket actually folded in.
Yeah, we were kind of figuring that, yeah. So the gasket over the years had just gotten so bad, it actually folded in and was squishing, and that's why it wasn't sealing. So we're tossing all this in with our garbage, and now we're going to do the reverse and put everything back. Okay, just an update here. There wasn't very much in the tank at all because we had emptied them previously. What you're seeing there is not toilet paper, it's actually our gloves as we dump our gloves. The black tank had just maybe not even a half a cup of water in it. So we did a good job of flushing it before we started the process. And now the black valve has been put in. We just need to tighten it. We also had to loosen this piece over on the right side so that we're going to be able to get the gray valve in. So yeah, so that's going to be the tougher piece. But right now we've gotten this. And you know, it's not that it's not doable. It's just that going through this process, we certainly noticed that the bolts were rusted to the point where some of them actually broke. That's what took us the longest. It wasn't so much putting this back. It's basically removing the bolts seemed to be the toughest in this procedure. Okay, it took a little bit of doing, but we've got the other piece in. The one thing that we were having a problem with is wedging that piece back in. In our particular case, it would have been good if we had some sort of metal saw, because we could have actually cut a little bit off of the tank where the tank extends, because there's a rubber piece that would have fit perfectly there. We ended up using a piece of wood. We wedged it in between the two pieces and made spacing that way. We would also suggest having some sort of pad or something like that on the ground so you don't get your clothes dirty because of the parking lot here. So last but not least, we are replacing the safety cap. And so there's just a little rubber piece that crimps on, so we pulled that. And now the new one comes back in. It's a Voltaire. And again, what's nice about this one, it's a 4. So we're going to go ahead and put that back on. Okay, so we've attached the rubber piece, and now we do the final safety cap, and that will do it. We are all squared away for another 25 years with our sewer system. Thank you so much for watching this video, and we hope you subscribe. Thanks again. Take care.